Welcome to Loleventvods. These are the best highlights of today's LEC 2025 matchup.
Heretics' comp a little bit more just because of the range advantage that they have, and I like this adaptation from Razork. Securing what camps he can, the smite will come through.
I mean, he's got to be careful here, because you can flash the wall, but Isma can chase with a flash of his own into the stun. Lot's working his way down as well. Razork trying to get to safety, but the chase continues. Jackie's begins to collapse, and with Razork not having a flash, there's a blast cone close enough to him. He'll get to it, he'll blast away, and will escape to survive.
Humanoid, again, with good pressure in the mid lane matchup. CS advantage is coming across the board as the ultimate comes down from Oscar.
Yeah, the equalizer down. Lot's going to try and dash his way away from this with the skip and slash, but Oscar flashes. Flame Spitter's enough, and he survives as well.
Ends up securing a solo kill, and that's the risk of expending that exhaust early on. Lot not being able to find that kill, the level advantage that Oscar had, securing first blood of the spring split in the top side of the map.
Isma's going to be able to get the dragon here, but it's going to be exchange for Razork on those grubs. A typical exchange that we've seen across the last few months. Grubs for Drake. Bot lane, though, for Mickey. And Upset has been going softly so far. Really comes online when you get towards that 6, obviously. Combination of the Feather Storm and the quickness so powerful for that 2v2. It's one of the reasons Zyra Khan is sought after. Jackie's going to jump in here. We'll get the reset as that explosive shot goes off. Looking for a little bit more damage. Has the buster shot as well, but doesn't quite do 300. Isma waiting around the corner as Razork begins to step forward. He flashes for it, and I don't think he was expecting Isma to be waiting in the wings. He'll dash away, though. Jackie's surviving from now. Does have a flash of his own. Will use it across the wall. The collapse beginning to come in as Mickey can move from the bot lane first. Jun's going to try and stop him, though, and will do so with the staggering blows. Hooks Mickey, but not before the grand entrance does get the knock-up. Isma's going to die to Humanoid. Mickey falling low. He'll dash back. That Ignite's going to be enough. The honey fruit, the honey fruit, the honey fruit for Mickey. Gobbles them up.
Lockdown Isma. The E comes back up for Humanoid, and then they get the flash out. And basically, they.
Man, this champ, though. No, I'm sorry.
I was also just listening to someone rant
about Yone. Yeah, but I'm just trying to embody the general audience. As Humanoid does go in onto Lot here. Remember, no flash, no ghost for Lot. The needle work coming out. Exhaust on Humanoid's almost enough. Lot almost cuts down Humanoid, but in the end won't be able to survive the onslaught of Razork. 3-0 now to Fnatic. Don't really think Giantex want to contest this, especially Jackie's just TP'd back to the top lane, so now doesn't have that teleport to get here quickly.
I mean, early game just going heavily in favor of Fnatic. Of course, I would say that this is something that doesn't surprise me.
Yep.
They're a team that has always been very good at finding early game advantages. Razork, I mean, still touted as one of, if not the best performing jungler from last split. Obviously, you can definitely debate that topic, but still, domestic. What? Okay, that's confused me. We're not going into that in a minute. Thanos.
Thanos, yes.
See?
So Thaco.
That's not a word.
So Shaco.
That's what I think.
Shaco?
Shaco's very British, I will say.
Honestly, it's a proper noun. They can pick how they want it to be pronounced. That's what I do with Warwick, even though it should be Warwick.
Razork is ready to contest this.
That he is. He's going to come around the corner. Upset's on his way as well. Razork flashing in. The Drake secured. Isma flashes away. And the chase continues, though, with the quickness coming out. Isma, now with no flash, is down. Upset gets the kill. It's 4-0.
Look, massively now with a 4.1k gold lead here in game 1.
Yeah, they're in such a strong position, and they've also shut down this Gren really well. Flash away from Jackie's. Humanoid will dash back. Mickey was there for follow-up.
Might just find one.
Hey, Razork's just stepping in here. It's a 2v3 right now. TP's coming in from either side. Good Impale will catch two. Death charge onto Humanoid. Upset and Mickey here though now, and with the quickness available, Mickey could look to go in. Equalizer on Jun. He has to flash away. The rest of Giantex scattering to all the four corners of the map and will manage to escape overall. I mean, what did we lose? A flash here, a TP there. Both the top laners did touch. One of the small risks for Fnatic is that they are 2 dragons down and the third one up in a minute and a half. A big risk for Mickey, though, is with that buster shot following. It's enough for Giantex to get on the board for the first time. Vision in here would help them out a lot. Upset's on his way up towards the top lane, and Lot is in a lot of bother. A spot of it, perhaps, as Upset chases him down. There's the root, and even through everything that Lot can do, Oscar Ridden actually picks up the kill in the end with the Leanders.
All spawning in 20 seconds. Fnatic, well, they likely want to be in position, but given that they've committed to this Herald, I think they will be late to the objective.
Yeah, I was thinking, it feels like it's a play that could domino for them. They get top tower, they push in top, they get this Rift Herald, they then use the Rift Herald mid to take mid tower while they can also pressure around the Dragon, but they are going to be a little bit late to this Dragon, as you say, Betty. Razork should be able to secure this, doesn't really want to use the smite unless he has a second charge waiting, which he might, and he does, as he smites the Rift Herald. Hex Flash into the hook, they dive onto Mickey immediately. He's stunned up, he's locked down, and Giant X get a quick kill, a pick kill on the Fnatic support, and because of that, Fnatic realize they can't really pressure around this Drake anymore, so Giant X will be on Infernal Soul points.
Just a good pick from Giant X, recognizing that Mickey was fishing for vision, trying to scout what options Fnatic could have when it comes to contesting this Dragon, but he was not given any. Instead,
Jun, though, with Noah, been able to find a few of these picks. Isma coming around the corner, tries to get onto Humanoid, will be able to get the stun. He dashes back, but look at the damage running Humanoid, quickness across the wall. TP coming in, a 3-man impale from Razork. Humanoid falls first, but now with the Equalizer burning through Isma and through Jun. That's 2 to Oscar, actually 2 to Upset. Oscar falling low though, as Lot tries to dash forward, but he's interrupted by Mickey just in time to save his top laner. 3 kills to Fnatic.
mispositioning from
Over Noah though. He's in prime position to carry a fight if he is needed or required to. As Fnatic will start up the Artican, and expectations are Giant X can't really challenge. They are starting to make their way across here though. Oscar Inin has that equalizer again. Mickey's going to jump in. True Shot Barrage coming out as well. The TP behind here by Jackie's. Humanoid's a long way away. The equalizer has been popped by 1000 on the Artican. Looking to run out of patience. Humanoid now TPing up above them all as Noah dashes away. Jun getting burnt down. Jackie's already dead. And it's all gone wrong for Giant X. The smite landed by Razork as well. They'll pick up Voracious. Isma having to flash away. Noah needing to dash the wall, but the chase continues. Razork puts down the Rift Herald as they know this chase will continue. Fnatic find 3 again. They do still have the rest of 3 to try and bounce back, and that's what they'll be thinking about. Do we change draft? Do we look for another team fighting composition going into the second game? Because right now Fnatic have just taken a lane lead and absolutely blown Giant X out of the water.
They certainly have. Fnatic looking...
Busy Humanoid and Razork were waiting around the corner. They could have come in. Mickey looking for Jun, and he takes him out. Use the quickness to do so. I mean, that's the Portal combat if I've ever seen it. Oscar Inin, though, getting chased down by Jackie's and Isma. That will be a good shutdown to Jackie's. But
likely the last objective that Fnatic will need to close out this game. They're fishing for a pick, and they may have found one.
Jackie's has to flash away, but there's the Impale again. And that Tristana is done for. They've done a really good job of finding these picks before fights, or finding these picks at the start of fights, allowing them just to set up around objectives. We saw it at the Artican, now we'll see it around the Baron as well. Isma can look for the steal, but Mickey's hovering around the backside of the Baron to make sure that Isma can't quite get in as easily as he would like. Doesn't have the flash either. True Shot Barrage goes in, there's the Baron secured, and Fnatic will dive over the wall, and Isma immediately dies as well. 14 kills to 4, 12,500 gold, the lead for Fnatic.
Their sights on the final towers defending the base. The inhibitors soon to fall.
Do you think when Oscar said you're number 1 to Noah, that Upset took it personally? He's just like, hey, I'm just not going to die. I'm going to have like a 3,000 gold lead by the end of the game in the isolated 1v1. Obviously, League a team game in bot lane. There wasn't too much action there in the early game. Upset taking a bit of a chunk, the Locket coming out, as well as Mickey falling low. True Shot Barrage won't be enough to kill off the Ricard. He can just dash out. Is standing on vision, but Baron Empowered Recall should be enough. Upset can use the
Could have
last
ended in disaster.
Very true.
So overall, I think, you know, not the greatest mid-game of all time, but pretty solid, I would say. I'm impressed with what Duffman can do in such limited time.
Good on you, Duff. You've transformed Fnatic from a team that wins the early game and then plays mid-games okay sometimes to a team that really wins the early game and then has played mid-game okay one time. Great job. I will say Giant X haven't left us much to wonder about as to whether they've improved a lot since winter. At least off this game, things haven't really seemed to change for them. They had a great start to the winter split, but then really fell off as the split went on. Oh, Upset's being caught, Featherstorm coming out, double impale, and he brings the roots back, those feathers just absolutely ripping through. It's a double already for Upset, and they're looking for more. Lot, Noah, and Jun forced back to the fountain. The Nexus towers will be forfeit. as will the Nexus. Fnatic off to a flying start here in spring.
I mean, a convincing Game 1 performance to start off their split. 28 minutes.
Champions were changed around there before the timer reached at 0, so we weren't going to
medical
see...
profession, I would imagine that you'd never or rarely see positive ones as Razor sets his sights.
Flash, stun, seismic shove back, and that's beautiful from Fnatic. Well played by Razor to flash in with
Fnatic,
that.
and exactly what their composition wants to do. They didn't get a summoner spell out from Jackie's, but it doesn't really matter because you push that wave underneath, Jackie's loses the wave, you get the kill onto the Pantheon to get that snowball going. On the top side of the map, Lot has no mana left.
Oscar just trading with him here. Lot looking for the healing. We'll get some from the Doran shield as well. Oscar realizing can't quite go far. Razork is gonna start it. Will be spotted on vision as he does it. Pantheon very good at taking these objectives by himself.
I mean, doing it this quickly as well opens up the possibility of, oh, nice trade from Humanoid. I mean, he is losing out on it overall, but the advantage of doing it right now means that he could be in a position to contest the grub spawn as well. Humanoid dangerously low. He's going to have to be careful.
Yeah. So the reason that looks weird is you can Shadowing Strike into Flash for Jun, so Humanoid has to respect the fact that after that Q, or as the Q animation comes out, Jun could have flashed, Humanoid would be stunned, so he has to preemptively flash away. Otherwise, he was a gunner.
Humanoid going to go back to base. And overall, a pretty stock standard early game with Fnatic finding some small advantages thanks to a nice gank from Razor and the bot lane 2 versus 2 going very well in favor of Fnatic.
Upside's going to get some solo XP down towards that bottom side as well. You can see he's almost a whole level ahead of Noah from those pink little bars under the champion portraits. Mickey's here to help Oscar in and make sure that he's not under too much pressure. They know this is the weak side of the map, but path for anyone that wants to try and get towards me here. As Upset is able just to play through mid. Jackie's going in here. Paranoia coming out as well as they dive onto Mickey who flashes the wall. Isma there with a flash chase, and they will get the kill. Razor the one bailed out there by Mickey. Interesting tether on, yeah. Ooh.
That's crazy.
He also pressed his R button and chased down the enemy.
And I'm proud of him for not pressing... Actually, I would have been very impressed if he pressed Q first.
Yeah, Q, ultimate Q as you go in, yeah. Because you can't
do Q ultimate.
So if you Q early enough and you have enough ability haste, can't you ultimate and then Q again at the end?
No.
Pretty sure you can.
No.
Pretty sure you can.
No.
Well, the Nocturne Genius says you can't, and I trust him more than I trust myself.
No, the only fun fact I know now.
All good so
Bit of
far.
swippy-swappying. Jun, though, you can't swippy-swappy out of this one.
Good. Stunned again. Handshake will pull him back. Paranoia again from the Nocturnes. They dive onto that backline. There is a bailout available here. Isma needs to survive for long enough, and he does. In the end, he will fall, though, so it's a 2-for-1 exchange for Fnatic.
Bit of an overstay there from Jun, I feel. It seemed that he was very confident that they could turn that into a winning fight as Oscar gets brought underneath the tower, going to be forced to flash away. Lot's going to commit to the play.
Yeah, Lot's going to keep going in. Oscar has the public execution. Will dash forward again. Drake Handstep doing a lot of work here. Public execution flashed away by Lot. Lands the Q3, but goes out of that all-out form, so doesn't think he can trade any further.
Junglers.
Yeah, Razork's also on his way.
Alien top lane brawl.
Oh, Humanoid. Magnus Storm going in. Jackie's able to catch him out with the Shadowing Strike as well from Jun. Flash forward from Jackie's knocks Humanoid back, and although Jackie's was knocked back with the seismic shove, he does get the shutdown. Giant X.
Long drive.
I do the coffee into 20-minute now.
Oh.
Really solid. Emperor's Divide going to knock back here. Public Execution coming out as well. The flash forward from Isma. Look at the fear behind. Jun coming in from the side, and Oscar doesn't have any tools left in his toolkit to escape this wrench of a flash out of Razork. Fnatic still collapsing here. 4 members strong. Lot's doing everything he can. Goes all out. Mickey takes the tower shot. Burst Tower's going to fall in the top side. Secured by Giant X. Lot will go down. The bailout on Razork keeps him alive. But that was...
Fnatic do have numbers advantage, but Lot has the TP available. Going to be started off by Fnatic, looking to put themselves on soul point. Giant X have something to say about it.
Well, currently it's only Jun who's got something to say about it. Lot's going to TP in. Jun going behind them here does have that Magnet Storm available. The Drake patience has run out with Fnatic as Giant X with their 1.5k gold lead are starting to push in and gain control over this river. Paranoia up in about 15 seconds time or so. Jun goes in, Mickey flashes away from the Magnet Storm, handshakes him back and pulls him back into the team. Hostile takeover, only landing onto a couple, but Noah's one of them, so he'll put a couple of Gatling guns into the back of Lot. Fnatic still on the back foot slightly. They will get mid lane. Prio, public execution in into the seismic shove. Oscar in and finds his man and brings home the guillotine, and now Fnatic are on the chase. The Drake secured for them as well as Razork is going to take that. Lot has to flash the wall. The Weaver's wall out from Humanoid. He's going to be on the wrong side of dodge for a moment. Pulled back by Lot, almost to safety. A 1-for-1, the exchange. Oscar in and now between Isma, Noah, and a hard place that he can dash and dance his way back to safety. Fnatic will get their third Drake of the game and have actually got about 1,000 gold back out of that gold lead.
A scrappy team fight largely dominated by Fnatic is a situation as well. Getting caught out around where he was standing earlier, giving Fnatic 2 kills as well. And now again, he might be caught.
Jump over the wall, but the Weaver's wall is going to chase him. Has to flash into the Razor Peak pit. Dodges the seismic shove. Razork coming forward though with that stun, and in the end, Jun goes down. I agree with you, Reddy. Jun against his former teammates has had a struggle bus of a game and a struggle bus of a series overall. And it's hard for Drake. They have control ward in there as well, and Jackie's is down to half HP. The poke from Fnatic is very solid. A grand starfall from Razork. Well, did grand something all there. He wasn't really able to find any engage. TP behind now from Lot. Humanoid catching the mid wave. Jun stepping in. Oscar in and putting him in his place and forcing him to use the crash down.
This is coming through. Jun, he doesn't have a TP available, but he wants to get some HP back, so he's going to go back to base.
I mean, he can sprint out from it. Does have those home guards, and there's also hex gates,
I guess
right?
they're relying on. Looks like he will be able to regroup fairly quickly as Fnatic secures the mid-tier 1.
Mickey's still flanking. Oh, a hostile takeover from here.
I mean, GX are just playing spectator right now.
Yeah, and, look at how Humanoid's pushing mid, right? Like, he's already taken one tower out of this. He can look for more. Fnatic are just delaying and delaying and delaying and saying, okay, we'll take as much of your objectives as we can. The paranoia coming in from Isma. They dive onto the Pantheon. Magnet Sword from Jun onto 2, though, into the double knockback. Humanoid flashing away. Hostile takeover is going to connect only onto Jun. But Fnatic are able to get away from the engage. That's Magnet Storm, Emperor's Divide, Paranoia all used. Fnatic walk out relatively unscathed.
GX try to force the issue. They engage onto Razork. The spell shield doesn't quite come quickly out enough for Isma, meaning he gets CC'd up, and now Fnatic with the TPs, double TPs, back on the objective.
Jackie's doesn't even have TP, and he's just gone back to base. This is Hex Soul. Fnatic secure it, 25 minutes in. Giant X just a little too quick on the trigger. They weren't losing a lot, but like...
They're going to start that.
Okay, so Razork does have the Grand Starfall. But do you think they're just like, well, they don't know?
They don't know.
They don't know.
Can we see Giant X's vision?
I can tell you, that area is dark.
Yup.
Oh, now they know.
Now they definitely know.
But they're going for Baron. The question is, do they know the Humanoid and, well, Razork's not there, but does have the Grand Starfall. So Giant X are going to go for the Baron. Their enemies have a false life. Humanoid is waiting around the corner here to see if perhaps he can find a pick. Upset's on his way across, as is Mickey. Obviously, Razork has Grand Starfall towards the bot lane originally.
They're going to get this.
They're looking for it. Paranoia coming out, looking for that smite. Secured by Isma. Weaver's wall in by Fnatic. Locked on the wrong side of the wall. Will be killed off the Baron empowered recall. Enough from Isma to escape. So, Giant X get out with the Baron. Fnatic have the Atakan. They have that false life. Mickey's going way too deep here. Okay, Mickey. That was not fine at all, my friend. Couple of 100 gold goes over to Giant X. They upped the gold from previously. Noah, I think he could have finished his recall there.
Noah got interrupted.
Souls, like, that's about a 5,000 gold lead because of the Hex Soul. You get the slows, you can see Mickey able to be really aggressive with it. Too aggressive, one might say, and I think one would probably be correct. The bailout coming out, Paranoia from Isma kills off Mickey, but Mickey did buy enough time for the rest of Fnatic
to another tower. The ultimate from Razork.
The Weaver's Wall, Grand Starfall, Magnet Storm coming out as well. Upset was taking out the tower. Chain of Corruption going right down. Razork will fall back with the false life. Humanoid taking up a couple of tower shots himself as well. Jun could look for this. Doesn't have the flash. In the end, Fnatic really just pushed an issue. Ooh, public execution there from Oscar in. It doesn't connect. That's one ultimate down. Seismic shove going out as well. Razork underneath the tower. Oscar trying to dive in. A great Emperor's Divide into the Magnet Storm, and though with the Paranoia, immediately everyone flashes away. Isma looking for 2 as Humanoids chase down. Oscar in and already fallen as well. Giant X coming out on the right side of the trade. 3 for 2.
And Giant X want to clear this as quickly as they can.
Paranoia about a third of the way before it comes back off cooldown. Isma has that GA as well. Jun keeping Nikki
TP
up
on
at bay. Lot does have TP, as does Humanoid, but he's 10 seconds away. The Elder Drake for Giant X seems to be their prize from winning that play. A little delayed from when they would have wanted it, but Giant X will get the Elder. Fnatic weathered the Baron Storm well. Can they weather the next 2.5 minutes? Instead, they are hedging their bets and playing down towards this bottom side, trying to get something on the other side of the map. It's only Jun here to defend right now. Jackies does have TP. And he is back
Mickey's
towards the tower. As you say, Mickey's dead. And I believe you may be correct in your assertion, Betty. Isma will take the kill by
Becomes an easy objective to play for. GX have swung this game around. A little bit of over-aggression from Fnatic ends up being punished massively. And with this objective, GX can really start to put pressure back onto Fnatic's side of the map. Fnatic, though, doing what they can on the bot side. Jackie's wisely providing wave clear, mitigating their options. Now, this is where you'll start to see GX's range really come to fruition. They've been poked at a lot.
3.5 completed items. Jackie's has almost got his Rabadon's death cap complete on this Azir. The scaling very much has come out for Giant X. Paranoia used Handshake on Noah. Magnastorm in. Upset has to flash away. Public execution from Oscarinin. He'll tick down, but won't quite fall. A hostile takeover hits on 3. Oscarinin goes down into the bailout, though. Lot keeping Razork busy. Humanoid looking for the damage from the side, and Humanoid will get the shutdown. There's 2 more just waiting for him. Razork kills off Lot, and now Humanoid can chase further forward. The Weaver's Wall Shattering Strike from Jun will save his jungler, but Fnatic with the TP to
Give
the
Fnatic an angle to outplay them, and they do just that. They're setting their sights on GX's Nexus as they secure their first inhibitor. There's only Isra alive for now.
He has the Paranoia up in 2 seconds time, but immediately he's jumped on, flashes away. Will pop the Paranoia. The wave's still there, though. He dives back in and immediately gets put into the GA. We'll get the fear onto Mickey, but the Nexus towers are going to fall, though. And Giant X from the brink of victory. They have clutched defeat. Fnatic knocking on the Nexus. Oscarinin here to join the party. Lot, Jun, and Noah trying to defend, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to. Look at the healing on Razork through the Sundered Sky. Jackie's has to flash away. Fnatic all quite low, though. Forcing Noah back. A couple more orders on the Nexus will be enough. And Upset has his eyes on the prize. A 2-0 for Fnatic as they start off spring in winning ways.
Game 2 got very messy very quickly, but a huge team fight win.
Make sure that we can set up for a strong team fight, whereas on Heretics it's kind of a, hey, yeah, I mean, you could definitely go for the dive here. Pre-6 as well. He's going to be very skeptical, and no one on Heretics is in the position to help him here.
He's also not taking Grasp or Concrete. He's got Electrocute, so there's no sustain in the runes. The dive begins, and up against the wall. Carlton has no chance, but Malrang won't burn a thing. Instead, just accepts he's going to die because he knows that minion wave is kaput.
It couldn't get back out from underneath it.
Shao knows that with no jungler, he's going to start off the Dragon. Meanwhile, the 2v2 extends a little bit further. Execute taking massive amounts of poke and trading, and Blacken just taking him down to an inch of his life. Patrick up next as well. Great Winter's Bite is Team Heretics 2v2. Really good pressure enable.
Yeah, and at the moment, Heretics are kind of just winning out on the map stage a little bit. So you get the kill on top side. Yes, you do lose a lot of CS for Carlson. You can already see that's kind of where that big gold lead is opening up. But Shao able to move down towards this bottom side, go 1-for-1, and now Kamilu going to be in an okay spot. So it's kind of just a case of that kill making the difference for Malrang and Adam having that extra little bit of HR CS lead.
No, I love the smite items before, because I was noticing in live that it says 1500 views, but Dad, it says 120 on the item. That's what keeps confusing me. I'm like, is it 150k or is it 120k?
I think it's 150k of units.
120 on the item. I'm so confused.
Either way, it's basically what you want to try and do with these boots is travel a very, very long distance, and then you'll end up getting an empowered, sorry, you keep the empowered recall, but you also get 45 extra movement speed as well. So you become 47, and yes, you'll pick up a little bit underneath the tower, but Adam is getting more and more of this plate gold as well. Malrang now top, and
if it
Shay's on the opposite side.
Dagda, I'm worried. I mean, up against the wall, we're once again repeating history, but this time with ultis, the burst on the Carlton, one auto, and Adam finds it. There's going to be another minion wave crashing in shortly. Struggling to live.
Yeah, but Heretics are in a bit of a weird position here where they are only now moving Camilo down to answer the push from Larson on the bottom side. So Larson could TP up to this play if you want to try and fully commit towards this. Push in mid, though, means that Patrick's only coming across now as Malrang looking for the play.
Thinking about how he ults in, a smite to get the steal, the arrow to set up, and Rogue to jump in, execute an easy engage, but the flash away from Sten, build some space, set up with the Fate Sealed is enough. Even with the Impale from Show in the end, that won't counter the play. Set up from Rogue is nice, and it's a cheeky steal of not one but two grubs.
So Heretics had committed Camilo to kind of hanging around mid lane, waiting to see if maybe Patrick got towards Rogue as well. So nicely done by Rogue, just pushing in wave states to set up the map in their favor.
And again, it's very proactive of them as well. This is what we're saying last split, that like for Rogue, it's not just sit back and hope. You know, a Malrang probably brings that as well. This guy, a little bit crazy, and I love it. We're continuously diving the lane that has no thought in this game. Carlson right now with his flash valve might have popped the ult. He does so first, but he's knocked up into the air, down to the ground, and all round Carlson will die to execute, but still loses another wave.
Time Shayo's on the bottom side of the map, so there's no answer, but now Camilo and Shayo want to find something.
Well, Silence will help that out. Camilo has also got the help of his jungler. Adam pops the ulti, gets out, and this would be a disaster. Yeah. Oh my god, Adam. I'm looking at crit magic.
Shadow Flame?
Yeah, thank you so much. There's like Shadow Flame's second angle for Adam.
Man.
No wonder that was so hard.
It's so
It's
but
not
yeah.
played if you get made.
So, see again, we're kind of getting, like, they're attempting on the bottom side, Heretics to make, Rogue to make a play.
Yep.
Heretics completely backed off, Camilo aware that he was under a lot of pressure, and they're going to trade for Rift Herald on that top side. But I just want to, as we're going through this game, keep your eyes on where Stend is, because he has been hovering around mid to keep Flacket safe. Now, in this instance, I think he maybe could have started to shift down towards that bottom side to help with Camilo, but even then, 4 versus 2, I think you're in a bit of a to open up these 4-man plays when objectives aren't up. So, Shayo now going to open up with Rift Herald on mid, and now you've separated the Ashe from the mid lane turret, and Heretics should have a numbers advantage.
Well, Patrick can still impact. I mean, he's foregoing mid completely as a Herald gets charged, we mentioned.
Carson hasn't TP'd. Oh, he's late there.
He's coming in late. Patrick's still not in the fight. No front-to-back situation as the poke sets out the arrow from afar, but they know where he is. Not engaged in the fight. It might be bad as between well from Adam, though. Sets up quite nicely. Execute with the setup, too. I keep talking about setup, but where's the go in? From over the wall, Execute pops his ulti and tagged up. No fight. We just look at each other.
But Heretics are delighted with that. Stend! Adam, gonna look to see if he can get him.
Oh, does set him up quite nicely. The damage, is it going to be enough? Well, maybe. I mean, Malrang's going to pop the ulti. One rotation there. Impale interrupts the Aurora. 4 members should be enough from Rogue, but Team Heretics, their jungler, taking a while to die. Eventually does so. At least he got a hard steal stack eventually, but...
Point. So, Heretics just doing a good job of gaining that space back here.
Remember again, if there's one mistake, if Team Heretics choose to go to Atakan here, they're not going to lose anything. They've got 3 dragons on their own, and Rogue are going to start it off at the very least with patience. Going to wear thin. Malrang sits them back a bit, and Team Heretics are playing mega slow ball to this. Good little scream as Camilo tries to delay. Some damage taken against him, but Execute now isolated. Arrow sent out. Rogue are committing. All in for nothing in Larson. Great engage as the Aurora sinks and swims, and now for Rogue, they're getting poked out. Camilo's still alive, and you sit in the back line. Larson now needs to be the damage dealer, but a great ulti. Carlson flies in, but his team is already disengaged. I'm complimenting, but I think it should be...
Target is insane, but Sten going to spot out there's multiple members here.
Arrow does connect. It's in melee range, though, but the Aurora follow-up is beautiful. Rogue pressing the buttons, but no kill yet onto Flack. It takes a little bit of a while, but as the Impale goes down, the ult from Sten and set up from the Ambassador helps clean, but Malrang somehow still alive. He burnt down for quite a while. Shayo will get the shutdown.
Ambassador lockdown as well, but we're back to live.
Yeah, it is. Back into the fray of it. Set up by Larson is nice, though. Flash is already burnt. Camilo gets out of the way. Now that Cho'Gath doesn't have a summoner spell active as Rogue. Definitely going to have 5 members get River first for Team Heretics. This is Soul. And Malrang knows it best, but now he's caught out. He has to queue over the wall, but he's interrupted. Flashes out too, and Team Heretics Soul just goes to eventuality. So Rogue pick the button left-hand side, and Flacket is caught out. Sten might be as well between World from Adam. Setting up nicely the Impale for the return kill, but Rogue are in a 5 versus 3, and they like those odds. Shadow gets knocked up. Nowhere near will you go to my man Malrang. A double kill over, and Rogue, when they think about options in the pit going wrong, they look left and see a pot of gold with Blackett and Stand.
There is no world where that works out to keep him in the pit, so he has to burn Flash. But it's just the engage on the opposite side. Patrick kind of catching Heretics in transition, and they all fall down. It's been a disaster for Fnatic. Like, I can understand where the barrier is coming from. It's like, hey, there's so much backline access with the Vi, the Yone, the Aurora as well, but not having cleanse and
mighty good as teleport behind. Team Heretics were moving up. It's a double, you're right. Adam and Lars moving into position. And Cho'Gath has no chance as the Adam is mega fast here. Running around between world setup as well. TP as a response, and so much so we've lost the ulti, we've lost sound, and that Cho'Gath getting bursted down. Camilo lucky to be alive. Sent in the middle as well. He flashes away. Team Heretics, Tactics, they're on the run.
They have to keep running because it's everyone on Rogue here. No flashes available on key carries. Means they may just be able to escape Malrang, considering getting Don't quite crack the base, but they are looking at the Adakan.
Now I'm going to have a crack at something else, that's right. So that as they begin, Sheo needs a mighty steal here. Remember, it is the floral kind, so you can pick some up for your partner, but only if you can sneak in and maybe get them for free off the floor. Don't tell your wife that. It's 6k, 5k, 4k. No one wants flowers off the floor, Dacta, but you're not going to find them. Instead, you're going to find a fight. Aurora between worlds sets up nicely, and look, Rogue press the go button, now playing in front to back. It's a 1-for-1 so far as Rogue get a little bit low and execute. The ulti's not going to save his life. Again, Rogue set up the fight, but I thought it was going to be better than that. Well, this is a strange game.
Heretics have more damage in the tank. This is kind of where that composition comes alive. It absorbs so much of that pressure and prevents the follow-up. And now Rogue, when they keep going, Carlson matching at him.
He'll get poked out. Electrocute helps out a little bit, but Rogue, they've got to run up to the Adakan. It's going to be taken away right in front of them. Malrang with a steal potentially, but Team Heretics, they're on top of this. Nice arrow. Adakan goes down. Team Heretics going to get all the flowers here, plus the percentage bonus on the neutral objectives that they have.
And suddenly that Baron isn't looking too powerful.
And they are not just cheering, they get the extra 25.
Oh, here we go.
Excuse me, the ult sets up. The arrow brings it back into fruition. Blackett isn't dead yet though, until Adam jumps in under turret. Miller comes in with the TP. Under turret, they're going to take it down. That's Rogue doing the damage. Sheo, a two-man impale. Execute pops the ulti. An all-in. A wombo set up, but for Rogue, the damage is not flying fast enough from Patrick. I cannot make heads or tails. At least their damage in their kit is scaling up. I mean, by the way, 0-0-10 on Patrick's side. That is a support Ashe this game. Is Teleport going to be channeled? Team Heretics 5 members in front. They want the soul. They want it now. Malrang for the steal behind the pit. 5k, 4k, 3k. Steal territory? No way. Not against the Cho'Gath. That's what you think, and that's what you know. Ocean Soul's now picked up for Team Heretics. This 5v5 should be theirs, and Flacker going on, buys some time. Rogue need to get the hell out of there because no one's dying. Larson for the back of pit, runs for his life. Carlson says, finally, it's my game to play. He's been behind 4,000 gold in this single game one, and Team Heretics, some way, bring themselves back. The Ocean Soul in their back pocket and that gold lead.
And he just goes golden. Says, no, not going to happen this time. And it means now they can actually start to crack open the base, and I think this might be the game.
I mean, they can end. They've got an Ocean Soul, plus 25%. Means the Team Heretics, from such a big gold deficit, are now running onto the Nexus turrets. Number one will drop, and Patrick, look at his damage. How meaningful is it? Camilo may as well be a hardcore tank at this point as well, taking next to no damage. Patrick is an Ashe with no mobility. Sheo will keep him away. The Nexus bear, and Rogue had it in the first, second, maybe the third half, but not the fourth half. Heretics win game one.
That game was bedlam.
But here for Adam, I had a lot of faith after the first game because I feel like Adam... I have done my homework for today.
Oh, Carlson.
He is getting pinched out. Good dredge line here from Execute. Root not going to come down. Counter-Strike is the start. Carlson trying to hold on to his flash, but I don't think he can. He's going to have to burn it. Ignite comes down and Executes Ignite for Carlson's flash. Might have to walk back to the layers.
Like an onion.
Like an onion. It's so classic. Number one's good as ulti is available for both. Needlework's going to come through. Adam might be in trouble though. Wait for it. Bop on their head. Carlson. Close to a solo kill. Adam gets all the needlework out and has to back away. Jax is Jax with graspers. Meanwhile, for Rogue, they're going to get the grubs right under the nose of Carlson.
Yeah, and this is what we kind of said for a lot of that all-in at level 6. You do kind of need something that isn't flash for the Gwen, something like the exhaust to try and help extend the trade, or the ignite to try and win out on it. You can see without that, Carlson had to do a nice job there of getting the decent trade back. No real kill pressure for Adam.
Mr. Chamberlain.
Well, oh, Camilo going to get locked up, but Execute here to support here. Extend. Just moving off to the shadows, but not going to be too much.
Red line though is good, but for Execute, I don't know if he wanted to take that. first blood goes over to Team Heretics. As that push from Larson down bot is just hoping they can draw either a TP or get some turret plates for the trade.
Carlson's TP isn't up yet, so for the moment, it's just Larson alone with his bot lane turret. Should be able to get some turret plates for it, which would be nice. But and you're only kind of answering for the Void Grubs from Heretics side, so I think Rogue happy to go for that trade. Towards his bot side to catch the wave means they will get a chance.
Carlson going all in though. W going to be used. Good stun up as well. Flashes from the needlework. The snip comes down. The needle's still hit, but Adam, as he flashes up, he's going to get bopped. Carlson with the solo.
Dies on top. Actually gives control to Heretics here with the numbers advantage to go for the Dragon as well. It's a bit of a disaster on the Rogue side.
It really is. Game 1 was so profitable from Rogue in the early game. There was more proactivity, but here in this game, a couple of mistakes, a couple of individual errors. And Heretics is
Their
just
last split maybe a little bit more, but when he came back, it was not what I was expecting.
No. And even last split, like, there were a lot of moments that Spiraling Despair was sent out and Larson has to flash away. Milu again.
Yeah, because Tarek would just hold the wave mid. Oh,
nice little ulti here, good pick. Setup is clean, onto Adam, might be in trouble. Spiraling Despair won't finish the job though. The W, by the way, counts because, of course, Camilla's not in the circle, so Adam negated the second part of the damage.
Been there fast enough. So now we're getting the resets coming through Heretics, so they will get this Rift Herald, but it's been an extra minute at a time. And now there's 30 seconds until Dragon, which is potential sole point here for Heretics, and they're way more interested in setting up the vision around that. So this is where, like, these moments where you're staggering or you're stumbling to decide on what you want to do hurt Rogue in the long run.
I think that's what, you know,
I mean, the lore is literally in the client.
Oh, it's Mordekaiser or something.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm not going to lie. Oh, I just skipped it.
Okay, well, no, you might have to. Adam's in trouble. He's already flashed away, but he's rooted up and everyone's on top of him. Carlson makes it so easy. Second kill for him, and right in front of Atakan, that's an easy start. But noticing, teleport going to be channeled to mid.
Kamilu very nervous about Rogue moving down with the hook.
The hook is there. There's the pick off as well. Stender's going to find an easy charm. Execute is just dead. Malrang as well has to flash away from the counter-strike. Rogue are now stuck with 4, and their primary engage is down.
Execute ends up going in, but you hadn't even got the resets from Rogue finished yet. Adam was still trying to make his way out of base, and now
Going to lose soul.
And mid lane turret.
Carlson's almost going to get mid. He might die for it. No, Patrick can't follow this. Weaver's Wall can, though, and Carlson gets a demand of 3 people. Flash away. Adam, seismic shove, and Malrang. Meanwhile, he's dead to Camilu. Rouge are doing nothing. They're just... And Hextech soul. Right now for Rogue, maybe setting up for a pick to get their first kill of this game, but they're on a ward themselves. Execute walking through, he's going to flash. Camilo uses it as a bait, but for now, the poke is still there. First kill, Rogue finds something. Larson had to flash again. Bro loves using his flashes. Execute is just on the wrong side of dodge. He's now dead, so it ends up being a trade. I can't talk positively about them, as with the Glacial Prison, Malrang drops as well. Baron's up in 20 seconds.
Head of this stage, so it will be Atakan, which is the first to spawn. They will take it, and with your jungler not up for another 20 seconds, I don't know if they can immediately move up towards the Baron afterwards, but they will also lose the mid lane turret for this. So I think you still have a chance here as Rogue to try and defend the Baron play, but it's looking grim.
It really is. Atakan goes down, GA enabled.
Particularly for flowers.
When you're really thirsty as a flower, you need flourishments. And so when you foundationalize what Team Heretics have done in this game, you're looking at only good things. Now, Baron is just being taken by 2 men from Camilu, from Cher, going to be spotted out. This might give it a little bit of an opportunity to Rogue. Maybe Dagda?
Maybe, but yeah, they're just going to turn and burn on towards Rogue as they try and enter here.
And they have no vision, so they don't know that it's actually been stopped. Execute's dead in an instant. Larson with a good ulti, but Carlson is zoning out 3 people. Seismic shove, but Carlson has a GA and he's taking no damage. 2 dead. And while Rogue go to check in the end, now Baron's definitely gone.
Yeah, Heretics just wanting to prove that Winter Spliss, that bout was just a once-off.
Yeah.
Well, Camilu needs a little bit of help.
He's going to get flashed on. I mean, for Adam, fair play. He's going to go into GA, Stend as well. Team Heretics, 2 of their members stick around while Baron is going to be done. True Shot Barrage can attack Dagda. They are low.
Yeah, you have to get that TP from Camilu in here as soon as he gets up, but still... No jungler.
They get the smite. Okay, they got the smite. Team Heretics now look for the play. Adam gets flashed on him. Pluckett is just playing with them. You'd think, oh, no, they're going to throw a Baron. They can't. Rogue find nothing. 12-1 Baron. And only 2 GAs.
Make some stuff happen, but Heretics, they just bring it back. They're too far ahead. Now, Malrang is the flash.
Does indeed, as the ulti gets sent out. Carlson pops down another turret, and you can see the Red Bull Baron power play is going to start compiling. Sherry does have to flash away though, but Carlson is going to spin to literally win, and Adam runs in, just about to die. True Shot Barrage with Hextech Soul. Yucky. Carlson goes golden to save his life as the poke is coming through left and right. Camilo does it as well. 4 kills on this mid, and they're going to run into the base. They're breaking the sound barrier, literally. Team Heretics with a minion wave behind them too. We're just trying to end the game. They're sick of this. They got dinner plans stacked up.
Well, it looks like they're eating up Rogue as they start to move over towards that middle wave as well. The tower soon to fall. Sheo a little unhealthy, but still kicking.
Blacken is just diving underneath this last Nexus turret. Nexus spare, 1 more kill to add to the mix. Team Heretics. Game 1 might have been close. This huge comeback, but game 2 was a sleeper. They put Rogue to bed 2-0 to open up the LEC spring.
Alistair now the response to Rel, so while top lane feels like, oh, it could be this crazy dynamic match, now has something to prove. So,
that's a dangerous caps.
That's a dangerous caps.
Oh, LeBron here.
Going in, crash down, bit of CC. Good early damage trade. Love to have the health advantage as the Yone. Jojo, of course, lethal tempo, great for the... A bit more action here on the bottom side. Yo-Yo on the way in, Skewmon ready to cover with the red buff. Caps free stacking that Q. Q3 will be big here. Yo-Yo now in trouble, forced to flash out. Follow-up now coming in from Caps. He should be able to snap back and finish it, but the shield is there just in time for Yo-Yo. A little bit more damage coming in bot lane, stun fall, nice interrupt from Alvaro, but he punts back towards the flash away, flash forward, de-ignite, 1 more, Otto's gonna do it, first blood to LeBron.
And that is the G2
Kill
bot
lane
lane.
is finished. We take a look back at this exchange.
And it's just Alvaro trying to protect Supa from the Rel engage, but Kaiser Rel in this all-in, they have so much damage. Nice of Hansama here not to waste the flash.
I thought he could still buffer. It's just the CC would persist when he went back.
Yeah, but he kind of like, he did it while he was a 0 to there, so I think he wouldn't be able to use it. I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure the buffer would still work. If you just mash that thing,
maybe.
We'll find out.
If he was like...
And that's the, I don't think the audience wants to hear us just kind of guess. I don't know if that's where our...
Let's debate.
Let's debate without information on something that has an objectively correct answer.
And your gold, Dracos.
Damn! Walked right into that one, didn't he? All right, all in there on the bottom. Grub's already taken top side. Oh yeah, grabbing another camp, the trade. But of course, not all 3 Grubs going to MKOI. 1 was taken away. Skewmon getting another thing, and he's already level 6.
So to hit level 8, whilst Broken Blade still hasn't hit level 7, is really huge.
Ulti instantly. Jojo's gonna get hit. Q3, not up quite in time.
Does force the
minute out, both sides with a lot of resources used in top lane.
And these Caps just finishing this.
Good damage. Hansama can follow up here.
Just a good charge. He's kind of all-inning like this just to be able to farm, because if he doesn't, then Mirwin can just keep poking him out. But Leo is behind.
Downside is if the Skarner gets involved. Quick flash out, slowed. Root now comes in. Mirwin, does he have the follow-up damage to take down Broken Blade? Alvaro here as well. Surely the Gwen will fall. Knocked back, Mirwin to finish it.
I believe that will be Grubs going
top side. I think it's still going to come down to these fights. You can see in the isolated 1v1, Gwen, at least when she has ulti, can force the ulti back from Mirwin, can mitigate some of what Mirwin is able to do. It's only when other people get involved that Broken Blade is really under that massive threat. Leandry's now completed for Skewmon, Nashor's for Jojo Pune. Cap's still lagging behind in terms of the Blade of the Rune King, but should be able to finish it as soon as he does recall.
I think this meta is just so fast.
I think it's been years before we've really seen it that top lane, outside of this meta, outside of the occasional niche one-up.
It's going to be 2 Drakes going over to G2 though, and Hansama, a little voice right there.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And Hansama's 700 gold lead, kind of out of thin air.
On top of that, continuing to push, unstoppable back. You're happy with that trade.
Oh, Jojo's going for an all-in.
This is smart. Caps, again, has not spent his money yet. He's much weaker than 1v1. They're going to try to crash this wave. 13, already scary. Blade of the Rune King completed. We've been seeing this for about 2 years now.
BB using the W here very nicely. Mirwin. Well, he survived much faster with Skewmon. Does look like G2 is just going to give over the Rift Herald, though. Bit strange here that Labrov is hovering to the Rift Herald when his rest of the team wants to cross map bot side.
Powered Blast Cone.
He wants to try to protect Broken Blade with.
Caps now chasing. Knockback is good. Arcane Smash into the ulti. Quick shutdown.
And that is the punishment of blowing that flash earlier from Broken Blade. Mirwin gets caught, no way out, and it's a beautiful cross map from D2.
Definitely a good setup. The fact that the shutdown is there really balances out the hurt of losing the Herald. But grabbing bot lane to we'll see how much damage this build does. It is double burn items.
To be fair, you have an Azir. True. Which does scale insanely well. But at the same time, it's a Yone, and his Caps on Yone. Yep. So it's like a little bit scarier.
A little bit extra scaling.
Yeah.
Safe to say.
And he is also up more gold now than Mirwin is up on this one. Through
the shutdown.
Yeah, the shutdown, the tower plates, the cross maps, and how well G2 has played around Caps. And he's also shoving in his own right.
Again, Calm, a game about side lanes.
You can see how cocky Caps can play on the side lane here. He just walks up, gets Jojo's ultimate, and he's gonna lifesteal back up on the wave.
Watching this since Worlds last year.
Ooh, Caps looking for a solo bolo here.
Caps looks like he might find a solo bolo here. Freeze frame, Jojo Bune going golden, dashing over, gets a little bit tricky with it. They won't manage to survive. Broken Blade now trying to chase. Mirwin bringing out the ulti, the blast cone not too effective, but one more stack. The Q's in. Mirwin holding on, dashes back with the weirding. Here comes Elyoya. Probably can't get anything, but looks menacing. Saves his top lane.
And it's the fancy feat of MKOI solo laners here that allow both Joe maneuver.
Are those the technical terms as a pro player?
Yeah, that's how we would do it in review. And now Jojo can't play under tower. So yeah, this is Yonchap looks really don't have trauma from it either.
Yep, we're all fine. We all think Yon good, fun, interactive. This is the point though. Again, he crosses level 13, 1.5 to 2 items. It's so impossible to play. Jojo just has to run. His tower does not protect him, and G2 at the same time are starting the objective. Went on the way in, 4K getting lower. This might end up being a little bit of a flip.
TP.
Broken Blade off to the side, 3K. Can't afford to let it get too lower. It'll be the 50-50, but there's LeBron finding the engage. Caps now ready to follow. Where's the ulti gonna go? Quick lock it now coming out. Caps trying to find a way in, needs to get the Q3 stack. Alvaro in trouble, will just get instantly cut down. Q3 there for Caps as well. Skewmon, sights set. The Otacon, Elyoya not in fast enough. Caps the Q3, can commit. G2, how far do they want to go? The Sun Disc is there. They're still entertaining the idea. Broken Blade stepping up, uses the mist. Jojo Bune trying to run. Skewmon knocks back the instant follow-up. It's a slaughter. MKOI in a single fight. Lose so much during that fight when, yeah, Caps was doing well, but the early game, Broken Blade was getting bullied. Now Mirwin caught in the 1v1. His individual lead.
He'll fight. He wants so much. It's beautiful to see.
Broken Blade still chasing, shifting sands over the walls. Elyoya now the one who's been caught. Broken Blade not hesitating to immediately ult. A little less damage after the changes, but Hansama now there to follow. First kill coming through. Supa just running from the Gwen, but there's no getting away. The skip and slash is back up. Maybe the flash for the wall is going to take him there. Ian, but he's just withdrawing. Just a bit of extra pocket money.
And it feels so bad in 1v2. So Elyoya, you can see, despite Caps going so deep bot lane, Elyoya doesn't even want to go for the play, because G2 can just start Nash.
You can talk about scaling and the power that like an Azir could have. Now there's a massive gold deficit, so that's one part of it, but every time Caps trades ultis with Jojo, he's trading up.
This Nash is gone.
Qmon using the ulti to zone them away. LeBron ready to follow. Q-stun just taking a bit of time, not sure if he wants to keep pushing. Caps at least going to use this minion. Q3 in. This was a bit over eager. Okay.
It's a 3-level lead.
Is that a caster curse? Nope. Because
yeah, Caps is just having fun.
Yeah, I don't know what I said there. 3-level lead. Game 1, looking a little bit cooked. It is luckily a best of 3. MKOI will be able to go back to the drawing board. Might be able to find Broken Blade here. A lot of CC there. Does it stop Gwen? They've outscaled. Now they have no damage. Gwen healing everything. Broken Blade with more health than he started with. Jojo Bune finally getting involved in the fight. Maybe it's enough, but now all of G2 have arrived. Caps stacking his Q off to the side.
Caps, he can 1v3, and MKOI have nothing to stop it as LeBron engages onto Jojo.
Jojo finally has designed, just immediately has to use it. Mirwin in his first team fight where he's allowed to get involved. And only manages to chunk out LeBron. Does sidestep, flashing away, getting away from Skewmon, but G2 and Caps just continuing the siege. Broken Blade already in the bottom lane with another wave ready to go. MKOI cannot defend all of these towers.
I do believe G2 will have to base here, although BB is just looking to go for more with the support of Caps, and I think they can 2v4.
Mirwin has no ulti. I think you're right that they can 2v4. Now, Perma CC might make the difference, but again, Elyoya ulted earlier, so Broken Blade just keeps going.
Gwen is immune, baby.
2v4!
Gwen is immune.
2v4! Okay! Yone, strong champs, we've learned firsthand. Strong pilots, no doubt. MKOI, infuriating. Again, at this point, they're at a 12K gold deficit. There's nothing they could have done. And certainly not taking the game. Yone and Gwen. G2 ready to end. It is a best of 3. MKOI will have the chance to fire back, but they're certainly being sent back to the drawing board. G2, first win of the season, knocking MKOI down.
Caps looks so damn good right now. I'm loving this glow up for him, and I'm super excited to see a more aggressive side laning Caps throughout the split. You might think the Sejuani is blocking for you, but he's just setting that set up.
Wants to get something done here.
They want to try to cheese here since LeBron held the wave.
Okay, MKOI Classic on the flash pay. Are they ready for it? The answer is no. Q flash coming in from Elyoya. First blood there for MKOI.
That's a clean cheese here.
The answer is LeBron plays down a bit of deeper vision. But I think big, again, to go back to that bot lane kill, that they were able to secure that. Lane phase was looking rough for Supa. Bit of extra gold definitely makes things easier.
The nice thing about getting this Drake so early is that it allows you potentially to try to contest the grub spawning at 6 minutes. And if they can do so, it's going to be huge for G2, as the traditional early game we see is just you trade grubs for Drake always.
Yep. Elyoya already has the setup on the top side. Recalls for Hansama now. Won't be in time for the grubs. Instead, they're going to stick around bot lane and just try to pressure.
And the Krugs, while Skumon was on that Drake, and Skumon now responding by taking Elyoya's
public
raptor.
execution onto Broken Blade. He's using his ulti. Waiting for the shield to expire, taking a bit of time, but don't want to overcommit. Crucially, all he has to hit. Country roads. Okay, Supa, can he get fancy? Ignite to kick things off to make sure that he's taking aggro. LeBron tanking, happy to give his life in the 1-for-1. Still a positive deal. So much CS. That's some nerdy 80 carry stuff, but I'm excited that you're excited.
Nice.
That's what matters. We did see upset build earlier today, too, on the Zion, which I like.
Yeah, but it was nice.
Mirwin going all in. Ooh, good flash from Broken Blade. Nice reaction speed. Mirwin needing to back up now, but the ulti in the flash to the side. Broken Blade won't be able to get the 2-for-1 special as Elyoya finds the stun. Does not stop the haymaker, but he goes Alvaro. He's still up. Elyoya's still living. There's no damage left for LeBron. MKOI outplaying the exchange. Jojo Pune here just in time. Pick up a kill for himself.
Alvaro's a miracle worker here. He's able to
see, which is really big for Varus. Again, likely to build the Swift March.
Alvaro
caught here, level 5. Good initial dash back. Elyoya dashing out. Jojo Pune taking a bit of time. Marked up. Does still not have the minefield. No Unraveled Earth makes this a little bit harder. Flash commit for Caps. Level 9 there for Jojo Pune trying to hold on. Good flick back. Good follow. Supa here as well. A good ulti could change everything. And now the Zin's in trouble. MKOI once again turning G2. Getting God! Elyoya with a double, and now it's Hansama. All on his lonesome. Going to flash away from a very public exit.
And for me, the question is, can LeBron bounce back? Because we've seen that he... Oh, maybe Elyoya might be in trouble here.
They spot him. Q in. Should just be a quick kill here. Nice way to kick things off. Elyoya did not think he was on vision. They knew exactly where he was.
Well, LeBron can bounce back, I suppose.
Well, we'll see. But it's a good question, right? I mean, we were talking about it earlier, and it's such an interesting story of two teams. Whenever any team fails to meet their expectations, I think it's always easy for anyone who's watching to be like, oh, it was this one thing. It was the draft. It was this. It was this. And I think for MKOI, a lot of that criticism was thrown at JoJo. For the side of G2, a lot of it was thrown at LeBron.
Yeah.
Both of those players, while this game, in the grand scheme of things, not the biggest deal, I think for both of them, this split is so much more about showing what they can do.
One of the interesting things. Oh, might have a fight here.
Rob marked up. Alvaro debating if he wants to chase. Good knock up there. Follow through good as well. Alvaro just continuously CC'd.
Set TP behind.
Walk away thus far. Supa already used ulti. Now has used Ghost Blade as well. Broken Blade ready to go. Charm from Alvaro is good. Knock up from Alvaro is good. Saving his support's life. But G2 will still grab 2.
Caps just solo kill JoJo on bot. Set TP comes through. They're able to actually just run them down.
Was a good look. Next objective now getting started. Flip back onto Scuman, an excellent start. Still has the ulti. Supa losing a bit of damage there, but we'll finish the kill. 3 grubs, all 6 grubs in the end. Likely to go over to MKOI. G2 going to try to respond with a bit of prio in mid. Keep in mind, Broken Blade already pushing in a wave. Jojo Pune will answer, but Caps getting a free wave in bot. He has just been quietly here in bottom lane the entire game once he got out of mid, farming a couple plates, getting a bit of a gold lead for himself.
Oh, LeBron.
Locked up.
That'll be fine. I do think Skumon there maybe thought that Jojo would be catching that bot wave, matching caps, but an intelligent roam from Jojo here to open up top towards his grubs allows them to get an easy kill on Skumon, and that's 6 grubs going to the side of MKOI.
6 grubs, a big start. Broken Blade finally going to show himself. Was hiding in the brush there for a minute.
Nope.
We're going to get 2 things.
Okay, so
there he is.
oh, POV.
Whoops. Oh, man.
Ooh, Caps is back, baby. Let's see it.
Otto waits, takes his time. Sidestep, dash.
My God.
That's a lot of patience. Did he hit the back half of that Q?
No, I don't think so.
That's the only thing he missed. He hit everything else. And that charm. Okay, look. Cool.
Yeah.
But for right now, G2 having that back pocket win condition of the soul of a Hextech soul in the second game is excellent.
It's going to be a fight here over the Herald.
TP in.
Caps TPing behind. Has a
Caps.
flank.
In mid lane, spotted by a bit of vision there, so they'll know he's coming, but Supa's really low. LeBron flash in. Hook managing to connect on that key target. Supa now forced to flash out using an ulti of his own. Jojo Pune laying down some consistent damage. Great far assault coming in. G2 can knock it away, and finally the MS is coming into the fight. Ulti goes out, but Mirwin was unstoppable. His show not getting stopped today. MKOI finding another fight, but Broken Blade trying to get fancy with it. Oh, the W flash! Wanting a bit more, but it will just be the 1-for-1 in that exchange.
My
For
good.
Supa. What was a rough first couple levels has turned into a nice few team fights. MKOI getting a lot of value out of their CC.
Another Herald start here. G2 are looking like they want to contest, but it's going to be hard to enter, and I do think Broken Blade could just trade for tier 2 bot. He does have TP though. They might just try to fight it.
Trying to get him split, hoping for a bit of an angle here. Knock up, still connecting onto Skumon. Flash out just in time.
TP from Jojo here.
Nice body block.
Same identity. You're definitely a lot more sticky. You can play fights much slower. We've seen Caps play thus far. It's gonna be Jojo picking up the BB.
Multi-back. Unstoppable now going in. Gonna get caught. Doesn't get hit either. Broken Blade gonna be the one in trouble. Backstep is decent, but he loses his life.
Mirwin is stalling on him, flashing backwards with the public execution in front. It's almost able to take down Broken Blade. Jojo ends up TPing in. I wish he continued pushing down that bot side, so he'd be able to deny a lot.
They have a little bit of side lane threat, a little bit of side lane pressure. 2 items essentially completed across the board for everyone in the game except for supports. So if you can get a 5v5, it's a pretty even fight. However, Broken Blade just now respawning. The good news, a member with TP, but the Drake is already gone. MKOI not going to overcommit for an Otacon here.
Now I question, what is the win? 5v5, I'm not sure if they're winning it.
All I'm saying is, Elyoya is committed to building nothing but HP. So there is an angle as the initial fight breaks out. Charm goes a little bit wide, doesn't quite connect onto Alvaro. The TP now coming in as the tower falls. Broken Blade on the flank. MKOI, patient, fighting for mid prio first. Good fundamentals. G2 getting zoned off, respecting it. Do have push in bot if they want to try to play through bot, but really have to be careful.
Able to get anything out of it. They're going to get some damage on the mid. Oh, they're actually going to get the full tower with the 6 grubs. Wow.
And now, I'm thinking you might be Team Grub. Mr. Jack.
Ooh, Caps is taking crazy
tricky,
portal.
but spotted. The entire team ready. Charm there, forced to ulti, staying in the area, not gonna let the Heartsteel get procced.
Caps is so cocky, it's crazy.
I think it's just a bit of fake pressure. They just don't have enough info on the rest of G2. They don't want to overcommit. Happy with just the ulti. Charm, luckily not hitting, and it might be Skumon who's in trouble. Hansama on his lonesome. Supa not gonna overcommit.
It's so disjointed from MKOI.
It's collapsing on who? Broken Blade potentially ready to fight things. Just wants Elyoya to line up for the play. The charm is there, but Mirwin going to be the one to kick off things first. The knockback on Alvaro is huge. He uses it as a highway just to get to the back line, but Broken Blade almost able to find that kill. Locket coming in clutch. Q over the wall from Supa does a bit of damage. The G2 were forced away.
And it's MKOI with the advantage to just slowly herd them, start the fight. Mirwin with a beautiful public execution is able to take down Caps, and that's going to be the Otacon going over to MKOI.
Fantastic game from MKOI. Again, these fights you highlighted from the top side fight where G2 pushed just a little bit too far. They've been learning after every single exchange that MKOI just have more.
This Runus Otacon feels great when you already have 2 Hextech Drakes, which are essentially, in my opinion, the best singular Drakes as well. Ability haste and attack speed, and now you get 25% value. A little bit firmer control Although it is going to be the third Drake here going over to the side of MKOI, and I don't think G2 can really get much of anything. I don't think they can start the Nash.
And I think G2 know that they can't realistically contest the Drake
They
without
could try to
potentially
play on
risking
Mirwin.
losing Baron. So instead, you're right, they're collapsing on a side lane. You can see the mini-map there. Drake goes down, triple Hextech. You already talked about it with the additional buff coming in for the Ruinous Otacon.
There was 0 grubs here. Okay, they're still able to get the tower, actually.
I mean,
So it's going to feel...
breaker set.
Yeah, it's going to feel okay. But you are
The
giving...
pressure going.
Oh, now they're
Okay, now
slowly
trying to
chasing
hurt.
here. Super based.
Man advantage. Alvaro locked up. Skewmon marking Elyoya as well, knowing that Alvaro trying to
dead.
escape. Quick pick. And a pause.
Due to an unintended interaction, causing MKOI Alvaro to stand still while clicking the portal, which led to his death, we have decided to chrono break the game.
Ollie. Ward behind as well, doing a lot of work as Caps is now on the flank. No vision in the brush means he has to be careful. Jojo Pune stepping in, Skewmon getting the fight kicked off. Ulti going in from Broken Blade, exactly what he was waiting for. Super now split from the rest of the team. Good Q over the wall, but Caps is standing on the side. Mirwin needs to make the difference. He finds one, he finds two. Mirwin needs to keep this train going. Jojo Pune. Carry threats on both sides. Skewmon now running. Hansama already deleted MKOI.
Super.
Good angle, pullback isn't going to get there. The Facebreaker not connecting. Broken Blade trying to get a bit of work done, a little bit more damage. Maybe the Haymaker will not connect. Flash, committed the charm. Caps finding another. Jojo Pune and Mirwin chasing. Broken Blade not going to be able to escape. Double kill coming through. There might not be a smite, but MKOI are going to get the soul.
And MKOI will take the Hextech soul, and with 4 Hextech Drakes and the Otacon buff, they are feeling very good about themselves. And it's a beautiful... The problem is that all you need is to really land one skill shot inside of MKOI, and it slows down all of G2 so much.
Yeah, this is the fear. The situation that MKOI are very excited about. Getting G2 to fight into this choke point. TP now coming in. That's going to be Caps. Broken Blade recalling first.
Oh, good wall by Jojo here.
4K. MKOI, do they want to risk the 50-50? Wall good. 3K, they don't want to get it lower. They'd rather have the 5v5. Nice ulti coming in from BB. There's the Haymaker. Huge damage on the Supa, but not quite the true damage. Caps getting lower and lower.
Mirwin?
But Mirwin does so much damage. Hansama gone in the blink of an eye. It started well. The perfect setup, but it wasn't enough. Caps running for the hills. TP's mid lane. They don't even need the Baron. They'd rather have the game.
And that's going to be game for MKOI here. It's a beautiful team fight from Mirwin. BB with a hero play, a great set ult, but this Abessa is just so broken. She's taking down every single G2 member, 1v4. She doesn't care, and that is going to be the Nexus going over to MKOI.
6-0-6 for Mirwin. The counter pick in the previous game was good in lane, but this one good across the entire game. 37 minutes in, 21-8, 5K lead for MKOI as we go to match point. This first best of 3 between these two teams.
And how happy I am to see us going to game 3 between these two teams. This series is really delivering.
And this is where Fearless gets real. I think in isolation, if you don't look at G2, you understand exactly what their comp wants to do.
G2 should immediately realize that something is amiss here. Oh, but they're full all-inning.
Trying to get the flash, trying to get everything. 3 stacks, looking for 4.
They're
Trading.
able to get the Hansama flash. And now,
mentioned earlier, it
oh no,
wasn't
they're
fun.
not aware, I think.
Level 3 gang. Mundo just spawned
no
in.
flash.
Just now. They get the information, but it's too late. Hansama no flash, about to get taken down. One more auto, gonna seal the deal. Supa burning, but he gets that extra bit of health back. Custa blows proc, but Supa's gonna be able to push this wave out. Disaster for G2. Doesn't feel confident enough to walk the try.
It's a good ward.
Broken Blade.
Oh. Oof.
Flash.
It's flash abusing here from Broken Blade, so no solo bolo.
Again, the level 6.
And it's actually up a full level on the Syra. And he might even be able to
level
dive
6,
Mirwin
well
here.
timed. Mirwin, does he try to go back for a level 6 of his own? The answer is yes, trying to sidestep, but should just go down here.
It's clean. Great pickup here from G2, great salvage. They're able to utilize the fact that Elyoya is stuck on bot side to use this.
Or TP back more recently, excuse me. Jojo's still gonna hang out. Luckily, Honey Fruit is there.
Yeah, that feels good for Jojo. Able to regen a bit back here, and it's gonna be the 3 grubs going over to MKOI with a little Drake trade for the side of G2. Oh, but Mirwin is in trouble here. Flank by... Oh, yeah, let's see.
Flash out.
Mirwin no flash.
Does have level 6 now. So it looks like the flash plus the dragon going to be picked up from the side of G2 Esports in exchange for 3 grubs and a bit more pressure on this top side tower. Lebrov faking a little bit here.
Alvaro, you mean, no?
Oh no, LeBron, in the sense that he's a Mundo.
Ah. I felt like Alvaro was the one fake pressuring in the bush.
I mean, Elioya's there, so.
Well, he wasn't there when I said it, so.
You're right. I'm not here to take your credibility. It's all okay. We're a team. Just like him. We're going to put a mean game too, though. But here we are. Again,
super
the early lane phase. Nice recall cancel. Furhan Sama rough after that all-in from MKOI. Ooh, TP out. Good for Brokenblade. Didn't really need to buy anything, so it's just going to make it to bot lane to catch that wave behind. So it's only about 100 gold difference.
Looks like it's going to be 6 scrubs just given over to the side of MKOI here. They don't have the best champions to hit tower, luckily. Sion will probably always be losing push to this Gnar. And I think it's hard for neither Corki or Tristana to get much control against this Caitlyn Victor. So I do think this is a fine game to give Smolder. Like, Smolder is kind of fun, but it's also very noob-friendly.
All in here from Brokenblade. Again, ulti cooldown is super low, though, so this isn't too much of a threat. When he's mini, that decimating smash hits like a truck, but as long as he's mega, not too concerned.
And Drake here going over to the side of G2. A trade that they have made not just once in this series. Oh, but not quite. Oh, Alvaro flashing in.
Middle. Caps flashing out. Skewmon retreating. Drake secured. Top lane.
It's Brokenblade that's going to be taking this bot tower.
Ulti. Caps. No flash. Lock up there. Gravity field to get a bit more space, but Caps will go down. Or will he? The plant still hitting. Surely there's no way. Mirwin flashing in. Will get him a bit sloppy there from the side of Koi. Don't think they need to...
when he respawns, can just TP back. Although, we got a start here of Herald from MKOI. And G2 want to contest.
Stand beside me to try to get out. TP now in. Mirwin on the way down, but does not have ulti. Alvaro already chunked.
5 seconds on Caps.
They just need to focus on getting the objective, but it might be the 50-50 versus Skewmon. It's so tough, and he's stolen it! They spent so much to try to make that play happen, and now the chase comes in. Double 80 carries, single items. Is it enough? Jojo being forced out. No. Nothing there for MKOI.
Yeah, maybe they'll be able to get the Drake, but I think as G2 even just giving this Drake and trading for top tier 2, you're happy.
Herald's going to come down. They'll likely break mid lane tower. The price to start this Drake is at least one wave of creeps, about 300, 400 gold. A tower, another couple hundred. And probably a second wave based on how that wave looks on the mini-map. MKOI consistently trading down.
With the trap wall here, Corki can't really enter. Rom is going to walk, but the tower's already gone.
Alvaro chunk, Brokenblade, Rage stacking. MKOI, this is not a good fight.
Irwin and Super are super split here.
Have to respect the Narbar stacking. And to be fair, I don't think there was a great option. And Nico engage gets a hell of a lot better if you have to walk into her.
Yeah, they're able to start the Opticon here. I think it's still going to be hard for MKOI to reliably walk in. Super's half HP. I think they might just have to give the Opticon. Oh, G2 seem to be willing to drop it here. Maybe due to the Sion moving all the way. They want to let Brokenblade just push out this bot. Oh, Jojo looking for something here, but Elioya and Jojo are very deep here.
Elioya in trouble flashing back on the end of the ulti, and Skewmon looking pretty unkillable now. Mirwin on the way into the fight. BB TPing in. Oh, and then LeBron! What a start! Instantly taken down. Finally, Supa's going to arrive to the fight, but he's only able to hit the clone. Chaos Storm is there. Caps off to the side. Brokenblade hasn't even gotten started yet. Now, finally, it's the 5v5. Brokenblade on the chase. Mega about to come through. One kill already down there, splitting up. So he has to pick who he wants to take out. The answer is Jojo. It's an ace in the hole. Not quite an ace for the team yet. It looks like it will be. Supa about to fall. The Cleaver gets the job done. Otacon next for G2.
And it's an ace for G2. And my goodness, what a redemption arc for LeBron. A beautiful Nico ult to set up this fight and secure the Otacon for G2.
Discipline, patience to wait for it, to punish. And that feels like the last little Hail Mary that MKOI had available to them. Chance to fight.
Yeah, and now it's the Drake going over to G2 as well, and the Otacon buff. It just gets so difficult for MKOI.
For the draft, you know, set him up well.
True.
That concept doesn't translate to chess very well.
MKOI drafted only pawns.
Yeah, MKOI drafted only pawns, G2. Woo! Drafted a lot of queens. A lot of kills coming in.
That might just be the Nash for G2 here. Lewis dead for 40 seconds.
G2 can definitely start it without fear of flipping.
And Hasamo can put up a cute little trap line here to deny them accessing.
Cozy.
Looks like Jojo just wants to keep pushing bot. I think MKOI are just going to give this. They can't walk in.
They cannot. Broken Blade is not even worried about the 2v1. Wants to just stick around to make sure that they don't give up any objective bounties.
This is tough. Maybe they can try to get this mid tower, but Broken Blade is
Does not
playing
care.
really well here. This 1v2 and able to clear the way. If we find a pick here, if we get a Sion ulti, you know, we need to do something.
Yep. I mean, that Sion ulti was about to come out. Caps gets poked, but LeBron finds the root. Ace in the whole follow-up. Body block comes in from Mirwin. Elyoyo just getting chunked, though. Nice bit of saving, but Skewmon is just unstoppable. Spell immune. Super not doing enough damage. Somebody kill this Mundo! He's too rich. Broken Blade falling Gnar backwards. Clean combo. Last-ditch effort from MKOI. G2 dominating this game 3.
And G2 finish what felt inevitable as they ace MKOI and they take down MKOI in this game 3, 2-1 to G2.
Hell of a start to the season, hell of a game 2 from Koi, but ultimately G2 come out on top.
G2 looking good.
Yeah, nearly a flawless finish to that game. Bit of a defeat in the draft department, it's safe to say, but the execution also on point. Of course, at home, you're wondering what you want to do with yourself? Vote for your Kia player of the series on X.